Hello everyone. As a part of UGC Net Management Preparation, so here is the video to explain about various terms, concepts, and theories that were proposed by various experts in the field of management. These videos will be useful to the net aspiring candidates in terms of questions like match the following, in terms of proposals of terms or concepts. So let us see the concepts or terms proposed by various experts of management. These concepts were taken by a combination of management subjects like management process, organizational behavior, strategic management, etc. Now, first one, scientific management theory, which was proposed by Frederick Winslow Taylor. So, in the evolution of management thought, so one of the initial theories that were proposed by Frederick Winslow Taylor is the concept of scientific management theory. So he is the one who initially focused on efficiency in the production department with the help of other concepts like differential piece rate system and functional foremanship. Second theory is administrative theory, which was proposed by Henry Fayol, who is considered to be the father of modern operational management. So Fayol identified the entire business functions into six categories, and he proposed 14 principles that will help the organization in successfully administering the business. So he explained for the efficiency of administering the entire organization. And next organization type or theory is bureaucratic organization, which was proposed by Max Weber, purely that governs with the help of rules, regulations, and impersonality in the position that is there. And the next concept was proposed by Peter F. Drucker, that is management by objectives. So Peter F. Drucker is considered to be the father of modern management or the father of 21st century management. So management by objectives is a concept where the goals will be mutually set by both superior and subordinate together. Most of the organizations are following this technique called management by objectives proposed by Peter F. Drucker. And next six theories are taken from motivational theories. The entire theories of motivation were divided into two categories. One, content theories, second one, process theories. Content theories will be telling you about fulfillment of a need or fulfillment of a deficiency will be giving satisfaction. So that is the reason why they are revolving around a concept called contention. And the second one is process theories of motivation. They will explain a set of a process or one step is leading to another step for getting motivated. So these two were classified in motivation. One are content theories, second one is process theories. Now in that, one theory is need hierarchy theory, which was proposed by Abraham Maslow, where he explained all the needs are in five stages: physiological needs, safety needs or security needs, social needs, esteem needs, and actualization needs. Next theory is theory X and theory Y, proposed by Douglas McGregor. So this theory mainly focuses on views of managers about the employees. So according to him, the employees will be falling under either theory X or under theory Y. So in his theory, he explained the behaviors of the employees wherever they are falling under theory X or theory Y. And the next theory is equity theory that was proposed by Stacey Adams. So equity theory is explaining about comparison of one person's inputs to outputs with other person's inputs to outputs. So he explains when comparison is done, if he feels satisfied or if he is okay with the inputs to outputs given by other person, he is giving him the good results according to the opposite person. So equity is there. When there is a difference between inputs to outputs of a person X and inputs to outputs of a person Y, when he perceives a difference, then inequity arises. So this theory was proposed by Stacey Adams. And another one is expectancy theory, which was proposed by Victor Room. So in most of the UGC NET exams, Victor Room's expectancy theory is coming. In expectancy theory, three different elements were explained: valence, instrumentality, and expectation. And the next theory is ERG theory proposed by Clayton Alderfer. So he identified all the needs are classified under three levels. One is related to existence needs, second one is related to related needs, third one is growth needs. And next, another important theory in most of the competitive exams, questions are coming from two-factor theory that was proposed by Hertzberg. So this two-factor theory is also called as dual factor theory or hygiene motivation theory or satisfaction dissatisfaction theory. So according to Frederick Hertzberg, some set of elements will be acting as motivators, another set of elements are acting as hygiene factors or maintenance factors. So these hygiene factors or maintenance factors will not motivate the individual, but in the absence of these factors, giving the best result is impossible. Now there are some other factors which are really called as motivators, which motivate the individuals to work in a better way. And another concept is 7S framework, which comes in strategic management. So in McKinsey's consulting group, particularly two people, Waterman and Tom Peters, they came up with this concept called McKinsey's 7S framework. So this 7S is consisting of various S letters or S words that are associated to the business. So structure, shared values, systems, etc. So this 7S framework is a concept that will come in implementation of strategy. Next one is balanced scorecard. Again, a concept related to strategic management that was proposed by Kaplan and Norton to measure the effectiveness or to measure the evaluation of a particular strategy after it is implemented. And one of the best techniques nowadays companies are following is balanced scorecard, and questions are now and then coming on balanced scorecard in UGC NET. Another concept is managerial grid proposed by Blake and Moulton. So Blake and Moulton, they came up with a concept called managerial grid that explains the types of leaders under 9 by 9 matrix. So they have taken or they have placed the leaders on the axis of 129 on the y-axis of 129, where they placed leaders under different quadrants. So those leaders will be falling under 11, 19, 91, 99, and 55. So they gave 11 a separate name. How do they behave? It is explained. So finally, managerial grid, which is a concept that is coming in leadership development, that was proposed by Blake and Moulton. And another concept is 4Ps in marketing. So these 4Ps are product, price, place, promotion. So this concept was proposed by McCarthy. And next theory, again in motivation, is needs achievement theory, which was proposed by David McClelland. So according to McClelland, needs achievement theory explains different people will have different types of needs fulfillment. So when the individual is able to fulfill that need, obviously he gets motivated. So different people will have different need fulfillment desires. And the next theory is classical conditioning theory that was proposed by a Russian psychologist called Ivan Pavlov. So classical conditioning theory, operant conditioning theory, these are the two prominent theories in the concept of learning. Now classical conditioning theory is working with the help of stimulus response model. Classical conditioning theory explains stimulus gives you response. And operant conditioning theory is proposed by B.F. Skinner that operates on a principle called response gives you stimulus. So operant conditioning theory explains the concept called response will design the required behavior. So classical conditioning theory was explained with the help of dog meat bell experiment. Operant conditioning theory was explained with the help of rat experiment, which was banned. And next concept is marketing myopia that was proposed by Theodore Levitt. So marketing myopia is a situation where the marketer is unable to understand from the point of view of what customers are expecting in terms of products and services. So that much far-sightedness is not there for the marketer. So according to his understanding and according to his expectations of the customers, he comes up with products or services. That situation, a blurred situation of unable to understand what others are expecting, that concept is called as marketing myopia that was proposed by Theodore Levitt. And the next theory is reinforcement theory that was proposed by B.F. Skinner as a part of operant conditioning theory. Now, this reinforcement theory works on a principle called law of effect. So, the behavior of individual towards positive consequence tend to be repeated. So, positive consequence will be repeated again and again. That issue is called as positive reinforcement. But the behavior of individual towards negative consequences tends not to be repeated. So in this reinforcement theory, two concepts are explained. One, positive reinforcement. Second one, negative reinforcement. So finally, reinforcement theory explains behavior which is reinforced tend to be repeated, which is not reinforced tend to be dying out. So this reinforcement theory was proposed by B.F. Skinner. And the next theory is social learning theory, which was proposed by Albert Bandura. Social learning theory by Bandura explains about observing and modeling the behaviors, attitudes of others and getting them or getting applied to him or understanding and observing them and trying to follow them. So that theory was proposed by Albert Bandura in social learning theory, which is a theory of learning through social observation, or how others are behaving. Basing on that, the individual is going to imitate them.